Have you ever seen a big dude snowboard? We're about to see him get ready. This may not be good for all viewers. Viewer discretion is advised. Now, you just saw me wear all my stuff that I would wear in like sub-zero weather. Let's talk about the snowboarding boot before we get started on everything else. Now, there are two boots in one. The exterior one, or outside one, is the one you commonly see when you see a snowboarder, when you have their equipment on. The inside one helps, it's more fitting, and will help you keep your foot dry and warm for a decent amount of time. It helps keep the snow and water from getting into your foot so fast. Now there are three types of bindings. The first one is what you see at the resort and when you get a rental. What happens is when you take your foot, you go like this, put it at an angle. Once you do that, you push down on the outside. Once you clip in, you hear a click, you are in. You might not think you are. If you don't think you're in, try picking the board up, putting it down, moving it around to make sure you have it hooked in. The second one is when you take your binding, there's four straps, 2 and 2. And when you hook the 2 in, you want to clip it until it's tight so your boot doesn't move around in the binding. The third one is the one I have now, which is called a flow binding. Which what you do is take your foot, put it in, and so, take your foot thing, put it up, slap it in. Once you hear that clicking sound, you know you're in. Now, you could push like as is in front, which is more what I use, I like, and is easier. Or you could put it behind you and push. Whatever's comfortable and what you like, you do. Now, I put my foot behind me so I can have more balance and stability. So at least when I'm in a line, riding. Now there's a low pad by this back binding, which is where you put your back foot in. Your leading foot would be the one that would be facing downhill while you're riding down the hill. But what the pad does is helps keep your foot in place when you push and you want to ride real quick for a few feet. And now let's get down to how to turn and stop and that whole thing. Now when you're riding, you want to carve, make a carve into the snow. You want to make like large, you want to make S's. The bigger the S, the slower you go. The smaller the S, the faster you go. If you go straight down, obviously you're going to go extremely fast. You might not have as much control to go down, stop. Now, when you go left, if you're a rider like me, if you're right-handed, the going left will be behind you, right will be in front of you. Now, when you go either way, you want to make sure there's nobody there so you don't hit them and cause an accident. When you go take a left, you want to lean back where the board is starting to come up. Once you get the board up, then you'll start going. Make sure you don't lean too far back so you don't fall. When you go forward, lean forward, and you do it. When you're riding down, and when you go to stop, you want to turn where you're facing downhill. Now that's how I do it, and how I recommend it. Because then you can see who and what's in front of you, and you know how fast you need to stop. The further back you lean, the faster you'll stop. If you go forward, the longer it'll take, and the longer it'll take to stop. If you go too far forward, you could catch an edge, and you will most likely be eating snow soon. Now, when you go, or you could go up, facing uphill. If you're facing uphill, you want to turn and go on your front edge, as so. So once you hit that edge, you want to make sure you don't go too far forward, so you don't hurt because you'll end up falling forward or back Either way you go, if you go too fast, to get stopped. Don't lean too fast. But in conclusion, I hope you learned something on snowboard, how to do it, and if you want to try to learn more, go to a resort with snowboard instructors, and make sure you get help if it's your very first time.